Today we're 100% speedrunning Burrito Bison, and this run took a lot longer than I thought it would. Now our speedrun starts as soon as we tap to start, and we get a little comic where basically we get transported into this world, and our boy the Burrito Bison has to murder a bunch of candies. To do this, we basically just want to launch ourselves against people, keep hitting them over and over again, and every once in a while we can use a slam, which we recharge as you can see on the left. Now we want to get as far as possible because we're going to be trying to break through walls. That way we can get even farther, and this is actually an amazing first run. I don't think I've ever got to one this good, so we will keep going. We can grab that. That's going to give us a boost into the air and let us slam right back down, and we might actually be able to make it to the wall on the very first time. We will see. We're just getting through these guys, and yeah, just a little short, but that is a great run. It gives us a ton of money, and then we can use that money on upgrades. Now what I like doing at first is worrying about the upgrades that are either going to give me more money or allow me to go a bit farther. So things like the lotion, which lets me lose less speed, we'll get bounciness so we go farther, and we'll also upgrade the punchiest pilot, who if we grab that guy, he'll allow us to go even farther. You'll see once we get our first one. Now for this second time around, we're just going to be worrying about getting these people. I love those ones that give me that bag of money because I mean it's just extra money. Who doesn't love that? And every time we do hit these people, we are going to earn more money, so that also is important. But this is not going to be the greatest launch. That's fine though, because we got plenty more to go. We're also going to get our first pinata right here. With these you can break them open and we get some cards. Some of them give us money, and then other ones give us different power-ups, which are nice. Now I will go ahead and buy the teddy flare, which will allow us to go even farther, and we want to worry about critting this guy, which is going to do more damage to him and allow us to go faster. But one thing I should mention is for this run, I do have the upgrade Perma Fiesta, which basically does stuff like making sure we have no ads, and it gives us more pinata loot, stuff like that. But don't worry, because even with that upgrade, this run is still going to take me like at least 12 hours. This is a really long run, but you can see we get a chili bomb right there. That gets us almost to the end of the wall, so that's a pretty good run. Now I will take all the money from there, invest it back into our boy, getting some more elastic cables. I want to land the crit, so I will wait for that guy. We get another one right there, and here is going to be our first punchiest pilot. What I want to do for this is hit the ground. Okay, that was actually the worst punchiest pilot I've had in a while, but all right, next time I will explain him a little bit better. For now, we also want to make sure we don't hit any of those police guys, and with the chili bomb we might actually be able to make it through this first wall, which is amazing because now we can go even farther. That means there are going to be different gummy bears, which is nice. We're going to get a couple of our missions done, as you can see on the right. There's one which we had to get through the wall and one where we had to get a punchiest pilot, so that's two of those done, and I'm just going to try to attack these guys as much as possible. Now we will get some more stuff. These are just different upgrades, and a new Launcha door, which is also nice. This is Pineapple Spank. Next up we get the Kank Eater thing. We see a couple of our missions. We got those two, which give us a piece of candy, which will come in important later, and it will also give us these cards, which can give us good things like rocket fuel. Now for our next one, we got a rocket smash and go through a giant cake wall while riding on a gummy. Okay, that's stuff we can do, but we also have tons of upgrades we can get. I want to get things for speed. I want to get things that will just help me in general, and that should be good for now. But it's time for our new Launcha door, and for this one, how she changes is she'll actually have an ability for whenever we slam, she goes towards the most high value gummy and just auto aims towards it. So it's actually really nice in a lot of situations, like for this punchiest. Now what I like to do, I wasn't able to explain this last time, is we have to punch as soon as we hit the ground, which will allow us to go farther. Now with that chili bomb that we got from one of the pinatas, we're able to go through the wall for a second time, which is extremely nice. And yeah, I just want to continue on this as much as I can. It's very nice once you start having more characters, and there are some more that we actually have to unlock, but I will go for this punchiest. It just gives you so much speed. It gives you a good amount of money, and I will appreciate that. And there's another pinata, which I actually didn't see before I did the slam, so that was really lucky. But we will continue on our way. We're almost to the next wall. We didn't quite make it through, but hey, that's a pretty good run. Also get my power pinata. This one, of course, is going to have some pretty nice stuff, and we're also going to get some new opponents and something that we can upgrade, which is nice as well. So this time around, it's actually going to force you to buy this new opponent. We're only going to buy him once because I don't really care about him. And we also get some free pinatas unlocked. But before we get that, let's get a couple of these upgrades. Just the normal stuff. Pretty much anything that we can get for our amount of money is good. And that is a new couple of people that we're going to be able to find. Things like raw bears and different people who allow us to go a bit faster. But next pinata, because we do get a pinata every 3 hours. And yeah, we're probably going to get quite a few of these because we have a lot lot of this game to go. Even though we have started out pretty well, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the longest speedruns I ever will do for this channel, so just you wait. But it's time for our next boss. I want to crit him right there. You can see he's a lot stronger. He's gonna take a lot more hits, but he's also gonna make us more money, so that's nice as well. And there is a punchiest. We can just time that pretty well. We're getting up our speed a lot, which is very nice. We make it through that without even needing to use the chili bomb yet, which is perfect because we do want to save it for later for the second wall. And there's that guy. Oh, I actually did that perfectly. What we want to do here is aim for the barrels. And okay, that was a little bit messed up, but we can get it next time. Still not the worst thing in the world. That guy is kind of hard to aim, especially my first time getting him. For now, though, we'll just focus on getting our money. There's going to be a bomb up there. I'll try to launch myself there. And by the way, the Burrito Bison's power is if you get high enough, you won't have to slam when you hit the ground. You have like an automatic shield on you that protects you from things like police officers and losing some of your speed. But there we go. We get that. We hit ourselves into a bomb as well, which is super nice. And yeah, that's pretty good stuff. I do want to make sure I'm working on my missions as well. I should look at those, but we will in a second. For now, let's get some luck up so things occur more frequently. Let's get some pickpocket, cake eater so we can get through the wall, police control so we don't have to worry about those guys, and we can also upgrade hairy bow tie so it'll give us more money. Now it's time for this dude again. Super easy crit to get on him, and yeah, just pretty normal playing from here. A nice thing about this game, and kind of an annoying thing about this game, is it is very repetitive. It's nice because you know how to play the game and it's a fun gameplay loop, but for things like this where I'm trying to true 100% it, doing the same gameplay loop, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. All right, let's bounce on this guy, get a couple of those, get our speed up, also get the launch, and I do see the barrel. Let's try to do this a little bit better this time. That was perfect. We get a huge boost of speed, and yeah, we just love to see that get farther than we did before. And with this chili bomb, I don't think we'll make it through the end, but that's still pretty good. Also, that is going to be another one of those missions done, which is a taco razzi, and I want to make sure, okay, those are things I can do. Like critting the enemies, that's something we're naturally going to do. It's pretty much all stuff that we're naturally going for anyways, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But I will get Door Destroyer because that's nice at getting farther, and we will get the, oh, we can't get the Wanna Bear yet, but he will be nice because once we do get him, he'll give us more rocket slams. But back onto our boy, the regular Burrito Bison, just doing our thing, getting through all these dudes. And nowadays, it is so easy to get through the first wall. It's actually insane. Like at first, it was taking a little bit, and it was actually a little difficult, but now we just get through there in a second, and I don't even have to worry about it. But pretty much for this entire game, it's just about finding the bears that are going to allow you to go farther, and also not trying to hit the ground as much as possible because that will make you lose speed. And also that should be one of our powers, and we should also be able to get through that wall, which is really good progress. We are only 9 minutes in and we're already through the second wall. That's awesome. But we'll go through these guys. I don't have too much speed, unfortunately, and I'm trying to get myself to go. There's not much this game wants to do for me. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I can't complain too much. I already made it through the second wall, but I will take a couple of those. We'll get a bomb that allows us to go forward, and also one of these cannons. That's absolutely insane. That was actually super good luck. But all right, Burrito Bison, how much farther can you make it? Maybe you can go for the raw bear, not just yet, but we do get another cannon. Oh my gosh, that one was a little messed up. I wasn't expecting it, but oh, and I was trying to get that one guy, do a combo into them, but that is fine for now. If we can even make it to this wall, that would be insane, but oh, we're not going to get the punchiest. So close, and that was still an amazing run. Enjoying the game? Sure, I'm not spreading the word about it. I mean, I am making a YouTube video, to be fair, but we get 2 more of our missions done. We just have to crit the guy to get another one of those missions, and that's going to be more candy, but we have to use the barrel, and we have to kill some Joey Rogers. Both those missions, not too bad, and are always worth it to get. But for now, let's get a couple of these dudes, upgrade them. We also got a discount on him, which is always nice, but this is just making these guys more plentiful, along with helping them make us go faster. And I also will worry about getting our top speed up, our luck, things like that. Might as well also upgrade Bernard's. That's his name, Bernard's. Okay, that's actually a hilarious name. I've never actually noticed that before. I thought it was like Bernard, but no, that is a beautiful pun. I appreciate that. Right into a cannon as well. And we do have even more speed than we did before, so easy, super easy to get through the first wall at this point. It's absolutely insane. You can see why this gameplay loop is so addicting. It just gets you these upgrades, and you just keep getting to have fun over and over again. We made it through the second wall too without having to use our chili bomb. If we could somehow make it through the third, but we don't really have too much speed, so yeah. Chili bomb right there. Would have loved to save it for a bit later, but not much you can do, and oh, that is unlucky, but we did get a pinata right there. We do have our barrels, which I'm using a lot better than I was before, I will say. And we're up to 100 speed. You can always look at the speed in the bottom left. Our max speed right now is 170, which, by the way, you also can go past the max speed. That is a thing, but the game won't allow you to stay past the max speed for too long. So it is always worth it to upgrade that too. But another barrel. Thank you so much, game. And we can use that to get a little bit farther into this wall. Also, don't mind if I do take this pinata, hopefully giving me some more cherry bombs and a discount on bounciness. Of course, I'm going to take that, along with a few more guys that we will be able to buy later. Not going to worry about them too much right now. But that's some rocket fuel, and this one is going to be something. I actually did not watch it, but it's probably something good, I could assume. Now let's go ahead. Might as well get the bounciness with the discount. Might as well get Cake Eater so we can get through walls, and I kind of want to upgrade Gumdolph because that guy's fun. I want to get the Wanna Bears because they're going to give us more valuable stuff. We'll upgrade you, Harry, and we'll just use the rest of our money on whatever we can find. But this guy, like usual, just hitting him. And by the way, you did see right there stopwatch mode. We'll get into stopwatch mode much later in this run, but it's not worth it until you're a lot more powered up. So yeah, it's not something we're going to focus on for now. For now, though, we finally got our first one of those where if you make it to the sky, you do a huge boost, which gives you so much money because you kill so many of the gummy bears and also just feels so good. So I'm kind of surprised we got it there, but I'm not going to complain. And we make it through the second wall pretty easily. We still have our chili bombs, so that is good. I really need a power up. There is going to be that guy, but he is a little bit too tall for me. Maybe we can get the punchiest. Perfect. That should get us a little bit farther, especially with that boost. And I just got to focus up now. Anytime I see someone who's worth it to slam for, I got to slam, but that was not great. Not getting many people. Please, one of these powers. There's a bomb. I'm going to take it. And we just need to go a little bit farther to make it to this wall, but that's a lot easier said than done, especially when you're not getting good power-ups. This is why luck is so important. Okay, not quite going to make it to the end. I mean, we can take care of that guy. Oh, we get that too? Do we get that? Oh my gosh, that was insane luck right there. I cannot complain about that one. I will take you. I will take one of you for another rockets. And there is also going to be another barrel. How did that one? I actually don't know why that one didn't work right there. I'm not gonna lie. But at the very least, we should be able to make it to the wall at this point and then explode through it, which I'm not gonna complain about. Pretty good run. Okay, these are going pretty well. We get an extra $6,000. We go back in here. I'll upgrade our elastic cables, get some more rocket slams, get rid of the police, and also some more slippery lotion. That's pretty good for now. And yeah, from here, it's pretty much the same stuff as you've already been seeing. So we'll skip over to the next interesting part. And that might just be here, honestly, because we are going incredibly quickly to the wall. So if we get lucky enough, maybe we can at least hit the wall. Come on. And okay, we're getting close. We're getting close. Now I'll get some more pickpocket. That's always worth it because I love more money. And here's going to be our first key guy, where for this dude, we want to keep hitting his chest until it gets interrupted by that. Okay, I'll tell you next time we find him. Yeah, sometimes that happens with this game. Because there's the walls, it's just going to stop your power up, which I mean isn't the worst thing in the world, but kind of ruins the commentary I was going for there. Oh, and we can also get the prickly pear. So now there's two guys I have to show you. Hopefully we'll actually get both of them soon. Okay, here is key guy. What we want to do, come on, another time. Oh, here's pear guy. So what you want to do is just repeatedly press down, and then also we can grab a money bag right there, and then he's just going to give us tons of speed, which is absolutely insane. We might actually be able to make it through the wall yet again. That was perfect. So really good combo to have right there. We're still looking for key dude, but hey, at least we got prickly pear. And that now goes into a punch. So you can see this brand new area, which all the areas look for the most part the same, but it is fun to find them. And we are also getting a couple of our missions done as well if you look to the right of the screen. So that is nice, especially because we are beginning to slow down. There is going to be a police guy, but that's okay. This was a very good run. We made it to the new area, which I cannot complain about. And we get some new people unlocked as well, along with a new launchador. And I really like this guy because it's El Pollo. Now we'll look at the different missions we got. I will take those. And it looks like we're about to get our very first candy, which is also very nice. You'll see right here, we acquired candy, but they won't come in useful until we actually time travel. I'll explain that when we get there eventually. For now, though, that is a ton of money we can spend on things. Let's buy a couple of these guys. I do not need to see those free pinatas. Let's get our speed up as well as our destructive power. And yeah, things are getting very expensive now, as you can see. But I'm not going to complain about it because we got El Pollo. For this guy, he can fly in the air before he slams down. So it's really good. You can use it to try to get to the top of the map or just have more control in the air. I really like this guy. Pretty much all the characters are fun in their own right. I enjoy all of them, just for different reasons. But El Pollo is doing pretty well so far. We want to control him. He gets through there extremely easy, but I actually do need to find a couple of these power-ups at some point. There's going to be one. We can get the punch. There's also the worm guy there, which I am excited to see worm, but finally, I can actually explain what this chest does. So we want to grab that. It's going to give us more money, which is nice. Oh, and I thought we were about to get up there and get a huge slam. I probably could have if I used this power, but I didn't think we would need to. Still, not the worst thing in the world. We made it over to this section. I'll just focus on hitting these guys as much as possible. Hopefully finding something. There's going to be key. I just missed the key though, but that's fine because we do get a punchiest, which then transforms into one of this cactus guy, which is nice because that's also going to give us a ton of speed. And yeah, this game is just so fun once you get all these power-ups because you just combo one power-up into the next. And even if we mess up every once in a while, like right there, it's still pretty fine. Still, it does look like this is where El Pollo is going to end. That's a pretty good first launch for him though. And no, I'm not going to take your surprise flash sale. I don't need it, game, okay? But yeah, we're really starting to get to the really fun parts of this game, especially now that we have all three of these guys unlocked. Now, there is one more secret character we can unlock, but that's going to happen much later in the run, so we'll worry about them later. For now, it's just focusing on going very far with our dudes and getting as many missions done as possible. Oh, and here's going to be our first time getting this worm dude. What we want to do is eat as many of these low guys as possible, which is very sad for them, and then also get the diamond person so we get some extra money. Pretty easy guy altogether, and we actually just combo into a second one, but this is going to give us a good amount of speed plus some money, so worthwhile thing to get. And just another thing to increase the enjoyability of doing this run, which I always appreciate. Oh, and we just got a third one in this same run, which is actually hilarious. We're getting a ton of these dudes. I am not going to complain about that. It's just extra money and extra goodness for me. Into one of those, we get a couple explosions, make it pretty far into that wall, and yeah, I'll take it. Now we can also upgrade some of these things, which are the little power-up guys you get every once in a while, which I'll take. We might as well upgrade them along with getting Harry. Maybe I should have upgraded the other dude, especially because we're right about to take this guy out. He only has a little sliver of health left, but whatever, we'll get him next time. And now we might as well get some upgrades on the different little guys we can get. Oh, and I forgot to upgrade this guy again. I mean, it's not the biggest deal, but we take Bernard's out for the first time, and that is going to be a fair amount of money. Yeah, just 1,800. It's not even that much. But hey, I mean, I'll take all the money I can get. It's worth it. You might as well go for the crits, especially because they give you extra speed. But for the most part, let's just keep focusing on our missions and getting through walls. And speaking of getting through walls, we're getting over to this next one with a pretty okay amount of speed. We got one of these dudes. Hopefully it will take us up. Sometimes it can take you all the way up to the sky and just make you go incredibly fast. So I always hope for that, but it doesn't happen all the time. Still though, we got to make sure we don't die to these police guys and hopefully make it to this next wall. Maybe get a good explosion with this, but I don't think we'll have quite enough power to make it to the end. Still, that's a new record for that. Now at this point, you can buy a new boss one of these guys, but it's just not really worth it because you have to spend money on them. And yeah, I'm just not really going to worry about it. I'd rather spend money on other things like upgrading the guys we currently have than trying to fight brand new people. We will upgrade them later, of course, because this is 100%, but at least for now, we'll just stick to these two guys, especially because they don't give you too much more money. It's kind of crazy just how much of this first wall has now been taken out. Like, we completely destroy through that one. And I mean, I'm not going to complain, but it is kind of fun to see. But we still are kind of struggling on this fourth wall. I mean, they do get harder the farther you go. And even though we are getting new upgrades, it's still going to take a pretty lucky run to make it through this next time. At least we are starting with a good run for this one. And yeah, overall, fairly good run where it looks like we're going to make it fairly easily to this wall. But yeah, it's just breaking through this one. There is so much to have to get through. And this might be the time where we make it through this wall, especially because we just got that crash. Oh my gosh, we were so close. At least we got another mission, but we are running out of missions. We need to get through this wall soon. Okay, this one might be the one. We might even go under the wall here because that is something you can do, by the way. You can literally just go under the wall if you get a worm before it. And yeah, that just happened. That's kind of fun. Oh, I was not expecting that to happen there, but it definitely is a way to make it over the wall. So we'll just keep continuing trying to get this going. Of course, like usual, once you make it through a new wall, you're not going to have the most amount of speed. We don't have the best power-ups for this, but we can get a little bit more money. Maybe we do still have our cherry bomb, which is going to help us maybe get to that next star. But I really need some guys. Okay, we'll have one of you. We'll get another one of you. That way we can get some slams. And just don't hit me into the police, guys, and we will be okay. We're over 100 speed. That one very much hurt, but we can get a punchiest, which is extremely nice. Get some more speed up here. And by the way, this next wall is the last regular wall, and you'll see what I mean by that in a little bit once we actually get there. But yeah, this is a good wall to get to. I am very happy with this run. I was not expecting us to go just under it. That is hilarious. But if we could get a super high jumper, just something that would help us, maybe this guy can. He'll help us get some speed, then we crash into him. Just get us high. Please, game, please. Oh, we'll take it. We'll take it. I can't complain too much about getting this far. But another one, and we don't have the slams for that. That is okay. How much farther can we make it here? Can we even make it to the wall? That'd be pretty cool. I just have to keep going, dodging the police, get a couple of these dudes, which is nice, and we hit the wall. So we're about there. We're getting close, and we also get Honey Potter unlocked, which is a very good power-up to get. So we're gonna buy this guy right away, and it's extremely unlikely that it actually shows up. It shows up very sparingly, but once we do get it, you'll see why it's good to have. This is also an insane run. We might be able to just get through the wall regularly here because we got tons of speed, and oh, not quite because we were so high up. That's fine though. We get a piñata, and we're also going to get a lot more money from that run because it was a good one, which I just want to get through this cake. So Cake Eater is a very good power up to get. Oh, the only thing I have right now is to catch a total of 50 gummies. Oh, that's because we went under the wall instead of destroying it, so it didn't give us any more missions. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. We'll deal with it when we get there. We should be breaking through this wall in a second anyways. I mean, look at our speed, and we also do have a cherry bomb right now, so I'm not too worried about it. By the way, I keep calling this thing cherry bomb instead of chili bomb. My bad. I know people are going to complain about that, but look, I'm playing the game. I'm focusing up. Sometimes the words do not come out right. I also love that sequence of events where you get 3 of these guys in a row, and it's just so nice because it refills your slams anyways, so you might as well do them while getting a ton of speed and just making sure you stay alive. So this thing, it's such a nice thing to get. That's why I love those little guys, and they're so happy about dying too. They literally say yay, so I mean, I must be doing something right. I'm not that evil, right? Oh, and 2 keys in a row. That is also good. This looks like it's going to be a great run, especially with our chili bomb we have. It is sad that only gives us 4,000 money though. You would expect it to give you a little bit more, but a cannon, I could have done that cannon a bit better, but we make it through the wall. We still have our chili bomb, which is amazing. And let's see how far we can get with this. We get one of these. We can go up, grab that, use this superpower. Come on, help us get high. I really want to go high up and just get one of the gigantic slams, but it's just very unlikely for that to actually happen. But we do get one of these worms. Don't mind if I do eat all of you guys. Not exactly sure what happens when we eat them. And it puts us into that. Oh my gosh, we are getting so much stuff in a row. It's actually insane. They want this to be the run. They're like, EazySpeezy, you've already spent, oh my gosh, we finally get this guy too. Okay, so this automatically goes for us. It just allows us to get a ton of speed at one time, as you can see with that. And yeah, I don't have to press anything. It just does everything for me, and I love it. It's really good. That also will give us that mission that we had to do, so I'm not going to complain about that. It goes right into the worm. How far can we get? What will this chili bomb do for us? Boom. Didn't make it quite through the wall, but we're close to there. I will also take these additional candies, and we get 3 more power-ups, which is just squash some people for the most part. So yeah, just squash a lot. But ooh, I will take some more luck. I love that. And we also will get our prickly guy upgraded and just worry about those guys for now. And all right, we are almost to the end of what would be an any percent speedrun. But as I've kind of alluded to in the past, a 100% speedrun is much, much longer than an any percent speedrun. So yeah, we're not even an hour in yet. Oh, this is super good for that run. We got one of those super slams. As long as I can keep this speed, we might be able to make it to the end for the first time, which would be super crazy. We get one of these bouncy boys. I will appreciate you. Get some nice speed out of that. We're pretty much still at 240, our max speed, which is very nice. So I'm just going to keep using slams and trying to keep myself in the air. I would like some more power-ups if we could get them. And oh my gosh, I just completely missed all of that. We do not have to talk about that. I will get a piñata though. Not going to be a problem with that. And this chili bomb should allow me, come on, so close. Okay, that's fine. We're almost there, but wow, that is heartbreaking. At least that is going to be some very nice upgrades for us, so I will appreciate those. And yeah, surely in a run or two, we make it to the end. Surely. And with this one, okay, this has to be it. There is like no space between those two. Come on, game, give it to me. And maybe I also got to upgrade Door Destroyer because at this point, it's getting kind of ridiculous. Okay, this one, we got the honey straight into here. That's first going to give us a ton of money, but tons of speed out of there. And all right, not quite there, but that is going to give us a good blow up in that section. So we really are carving out this section. Okay, now this one. I know I've said this a lot, but look how much speed we have going into here. We just got one of the huge slams. We're getting one of these cannon boosts, which is going to be nice. I need to make sure I'm not too high up in the air for this, but that should be perfect. And not only did we get here, but we got here without using our chili bomb. So we're able to do 2 hits of damage to the Cookinator. Now for this guy, basically we have to hit him 6 different times. So with the chili bomb, getting 2 is a very good time save. Now while we're here, might as well upgrade a ton of these dudes. Okay, I say a ton. We only got 2. It's hard to get money in this game. What can I say? But still, that is very nice getting 2 right there. Now we just have to hit him a total of 4 more times. And since we've already broken through a good amount of that door, we might be able to hit him every single time we do one of these runs. We'll have to see. And that is going to be time number 2, or technically 3 with this, because we'll hit him another. You see half of his health is gone. And this guy just looks so smug every time we see him. I cannot wait to take that smug look off his face. I am not going to lie. And this one's going to be time number 4 plus time number 5. Only one more hit we have to do on this dude. A lot of money we got from that one too. Don't mind if I do increase my speed, and that's where literally all my money went, just increasing my speed. I mean, it's a worth it upgrade. But yeah, we are getting through this first part of the game pretty well. I mean, it has been more than an hour, but honestly, I can appreciate this. You know, it's been a pretty good start of the run. And for this one, we don't have an overwhelming amount of speed, but it is pretty good. It should be good enough to get us there. Unless there's things like that police guy. Come on, man. All right, come on, Burrito Bison. You got this. I am a little hopeful, and yeah, maybe not for this one, but maybe a cherry bomb into the end. Okay, we're close. We're close. That does suck when you're right there, but you know what? I just wanted Pineapple Spank to be the one to defeat this guy. That's all it was. It's kind of interesting for this game because it starts out like every part of the run matters, but now it pretty much only really matters once you get past the 4th door, because even if you're going really slow, you can still make up that time if you get lucky power-ups. And even if you're going really fast, if you don't get many power-ups, you're just not going to be able to make up anything. So interesting way that this game is designed. And oh, I was really hoping for that one, but hey, I'll take a key right there that this one will be the one we need. I'll take that 24k. And yeah, even though we had a lot of speed, we're now back to 127, which isn't the best. It's not the worst speed to be at, but we also don't have any slams. So this guy will help. I'll make sure to take your money bag and just get us very high up. I would appreciate that. That's pretty good. We can keep going, and somehow, oh, that is exactly what we needed. Now we can definitely get this run to work if we just get a little bit luckier. We'll take the explosion up there. And why, police? Why? These police guys are always right there and just doing things like that, man. Okay, it still might be able to work. I just have to not hit people that I can't hit. We got to get lucky where we need to get lucky. There's a bomb right there. That is good. Getting rid of that, dude. And then key. I will take a key. Just want to make sure we don't miss this at all so we can get all those speed increases. Keep getting high up in the air. And I should have saved my slam. I definitely should have saved my slam. No. Oh my gosh. I should have saved my slam so much. I should have saved it so much. Nah, see, I wanted El Pollo to be the one that makes it. That's for sure. Yep, that was my plan. That was always my plan. You can see we're getting all of this speed up. We don't have one of our chili bombs, which, you know, I do like a chili bomb if I can get one. And, oh, I wanted to get up into the air. I should have released it and gotten a hit, but that is fine. Maybe we can get up here, and perfect. Exactly what we need. Now we have a ton of speed, but I could use a little bit more if it was possible. This is exactly what we need. Thank you so much, game. That's going to explode us. And if we could get one more huge slam or something. Worm, I will take a worm. Do we somehow go under this? I don't think we do, but Maybe we do go under it. Yes, that is exactly how I wanted to win. So finally, we go ahead, we take out the Cookinator, we explode. Our boy not looking the best. And then, by the way, the other two do come as well. And we see the rift. We also get a little comic. We basically just beat that guy up. And now, if we actually press this button, we can actually go into this rift. So I'm going to aim this for a second. And there we go. We're now into a brand new spot, which you'll see there's not many walls at this point. Instead, there's just one wall that we have to get to and that we have to break through. So it just completely changes the entire name of the game for this. And this is where the speedrun's really going to start getting interesting. It's also kind of fun. The gummy bears are different colors. And while this isn't the greatest start of one of these, you know, it can always come back, especially when you don't have to deal with any of the walls before this. There's always a chance for you to just do your thing. I'm going to take those guys. I meant to get a couple more of those. Let's go ahead, get one of these launches, and we want to keep up our speed. Unfortunately, I have run out of that stuff. I will get this pinata because that should give us valuable power-ups. And even now, we've made it pretty far, and we're not even close to where the wall is. So you can see where kind of this game is going to. And by the way, if you thought all the upgrades that we've already seen so far are all the upgrades we have to get for this game, you have not even started to see how much we need to get for this game because, yeah, there's a lot more upgrades to that. But hopefully with this new section, that's where we'll start getting a good leg up on doing those. But pretty good speed so far. I could really use a slam and not hitting into those dudes. Can I get some sort of luck right here? We get a nice hit there and perfect. I didn't have a slam there, so I just had to get lucky to actually hit this cactus guy. That's going to give us a nice launch, get some good money as well. We're already at 5,000 gold just from this one run, by the way. The amount that gold goes up as you get through this game is absolutely insane. But, oh, we couldn't do that for too long. But that is our brand new wall that we're going to have to start working on carving down. And the nice thing about this as well is it does give us new missions we have to worry about. So yeah, just a lot of stuff in general. Let's actually check these. Miss your opponent on purpose, but still make it to the gummy bunker. Use the worm and get rockets. Okay, I'm just going to miss on purpose right there. Wait, what is the gummy bunker? Oh, if we want to do that one, we actually have to go into the normal game. So I'm not going to for now. Let's just go for the other power-ups. We'll worry about getting that mission later and just completely destroying this man. That's interesting that we got that mission right away. This is like the worst time to actually get that mission, but I will work on trying to get my refills for now because all we have to do for that is just hit a lot of gummy bears so they refill naturally and also hit the little guys when they show up. They go, yay! Because hey, they always love for us to murder them. That's kind of just their thing. This probably would be an easier mission to go for if we have regular Burrito Bison though, so I'm not going to be the most worried if we don't get it this time. As long as we make some progress and we make some money, I'm going to be pretty good with it. But there is one of those. Unfortunately, do not have the height for that. We can get our cactus dude though and miss that money. We don't have to talk about that. Give me a good launch for once. A lot of the times it just likes taking you low down, but actually I can't complain about that one because we got right onto this key. So that's a pretty good combo, I'm not going to lie. And with that, we then get one of these launches, which should give us a lot of refills on our slams. But we are almost to the end, which isn't the best if we're trying to refill. So yeah, we'll probably just have to use regular old Burrito Bison, unless that somehow works. I mean, we're 2 away. Yeah, it's not going to happen this time, but we were close. We were very close, and we made some more progress on the wall. But yeah, from here, pretty much just some regular playing, focusing on the missions. And this one might be how we make it through to the void. There we go with that chili bomb, which gives us those 2 stars, which are going to be 2 unlockables. One of them is going to be the recipe book, and we also find a recipe piece. And now we have rift level 2, which multiplies our candy pieces. So that's going to be pretty good stuff, but time to explain what recipes do. Basically, you can buy these and they come important later. We're not going to focus on buying them for now just yet. But recipe pieces are even more important because they're going to be able to give us alternate upgrades. Now, I can't really talk about what those alternate upgrades are just yet because we don't have enough money to unlock them. But once we get 3 recipe pieces, that's when I'll explain it. So we're just grinding out until then. One thing that does kind of suck here though is that the damage we did to the previous wall doesn't stay for this one too. So we will have to make our way through this over and over again. But that's just Burrito Bison, so not too much I can complain about for that. And also right here, I made it through this regular section again, got all 3 of our missions, which was actually a very good run, along with a pinata. So even though we weren't able to go through the rift, very worth it to do some of these missions. Because I mean, look at the amount of candy pieces we're about to get right here, along with being able to actually do the next couple of missions in queue. So sometimes you will have to make choices like that for this speedrun. Just is what it is. And now, yeah, pretty easy stuff. Just use the different power-ups for these next few. I guess part of it is probably you're in the sky longer when you're playing this regularly. So for some of these these missions where you need to get a ton of stuff in a single run of these runs, it's much more worth it just to do it in the regular section, especially because missions are so important to do, and you'll see why in just a little bit for this video, but basically it comes down to candy is incredibly good in this game. We just really need to make sure we focus on the missions above all else. By the way, I'm pretty sure I have explained it, but you do get a mission every time you break through one of these doors, so every time we get a new level of the rift, we'll get a new mission. You know, I also haven't mentioned it, but I love in this game all the exaggerated motions that these characters make. Like, they just have so much personality, each and every single one of them, and they're all such a distinct individual. Like, this guy, he just has so much, like, look at him, look at the different, like, moves he's using. I love it so much. I also love all the different characters equally. Like, I can't really choose a favorite one. They all have fun power-ups, and it's really fun to switch between the three. All right, so this one is looking to be an absolutely amazing run, so I'm expecting it to maybe, oh, that was a terrible angle. Such a good run, such a good amount of speed, but not the right angle. That's just how sometimes this game goes. Might as well also at this point start buying some new enemies. Like, we can buy the Beaster Bunny. This is a new guy. You'll see he does different stuff. We do have the Takaratsi, so that's going to pause him when we can crit him, so it's going to be very easy. But as you get the better enemies, they both get stronger, and they're also going to give us more money. Well, as long as we upgrade them as well. That's why I waited so long to get them, but I'll show you the different guys as we collect them. So here's what it looks like when you actually have to aim for him. Gotta hit him right there for the crit. Still not the hardest thing in the world, to be completely honest with you. And we also have him dead since we waited so long to unlock him. And this should be the one that takes him out. Let's see how much money he's going to give us. Okay, over $1 million. Definitely worth it at this point to unlock him, even if we do get $1 million just through playing the game pretty quickly at this point too. And next person to unlock is going to be Vilena Ice, like Villain Ice. That's pretty funny. But they're going to teleport around still pretty easily to get the crit on him. And we're back to playing. We have not been able to make it through this door at all, which hasn't been the greatest, but I'm sure we're going to be there soon. We're at least carving through it slowly but surely. So it's coming. It's coming. You just got to keep believing in this game, and that is a very good start. Okay, it's not even a start. We're halfway through this map at this point, but you know, it's a very good thing to get around this time because we're almost to our max speed. I could really use some more chili bombs. You know, you really don't appreciate how good those are until you're starting to miss them. And key right into here. Oh my gosh, we're so close. His head is right there. Just like squeeze through it, man. That's all you got to do. We do got some chilies though, so it's okay. We can do it after this one. And here we go. Thank you, game. We didn't even need to use our chili there. Is it still going to get used? I really hope we get to keep it. I'm not exactly sure, but that's going to unlock the question mark shop. But with the question mark shop, you can get upgrades with our recipe pieces, and we'll be getting those as we go through. An interesting thing about the question mark shop, by the way, is some of the things in it are completely useless. Like one of them, I'm pretty sure just changes the colors of the gummy bears, which I mean, is cool aesthetically, but it's not really something you need to go farther. But some of the stuff is going to be really good, and they all vary in price by the amount of recipe pieces you need, and you can only get recipe pieces by making it to the next level of the rift, and each rift gets a little longer and more difficult than the last one. So to 100% the game, we just need to get a ton of these recipe pieces, and that's going to be the main aim for the rest of the speedrun. And that is also going to be where we kill Vilena Ice, which, yeah, pretty good amount of death. I mean, it was like 1.5 million, so yeah, you can see these bosses, not the greatest things to upgrade, but they definitely are something to upgrade. They will give us more points over time. And to 100% the game, we will have to get them regardless. So yeah, they're just something. Now, next opponent is going to be Drawbreaker version 3. And for this guy, we just want to aim for after they're done electrocuting, and then they have the perfect time to crit. So that's going to be what we're going for whenever we're trying to take care of them. Oh, and this one should be a really good one. We do a crash right into that, destroy through there. Beautiful hit for another one of these. And now we can finally get our first recipe power up. So we still have to finish a couple of these missions. Oh, actually we get that one down. That's going to give us another 2 candy. And this one is Punchiest Pilots and also transfer from gummies. Okay, those are interesting. But now what we're going to do is actually use some of our money. The first thing we want is Sweet Time Willy. And what Willy will do is basically every once in a while we'll see a candy piece somewhere on the map. And then if we hit it, we get a free candy, which is really nice, especially because of how important candy is for this run. Which, by the way, I am realizing I have been saying over and over again that candy is important and not shown why just yet, but don't worry, it's coming up soon. And by the way, we did miss one of those candy pieces, but I'll let you know when we actually hit our first one. And now this should be where we finish off Jawbreaker. Nice and easy punch. This one this time is going to be a little over 2 million. You know, another nice sizable upgrade. But yeah, the mini bosses at the beginning are probably the least important part of this actual game. I just think for the 100% speedrun, might as well show them off a little bit. And that is going to be our first piece of candy that we got right there, by the way, which I just got kind of randomly. But yeah, it's not the most in the world, but those things will add up, so you might as well get it now. Especially because for only 3 recipe pieces, it is the cheapest thing we can get in the shop. It's just worth. By the way, our last boss isn't going to show up until we get stopwatch level 6. So for right now, it's just going to switch between the different bosses. And yeah, we'll just get a little bit of fighting each one of them. Oh, and we just got our first max level thing with luck, which is pretty cool. I just got that right there because we got a discount in one of our pinatas. So yeah, I will take that. I'm not going to complain. I was not expecting it there. I was expecting it to take a little bit longer, but level 9 on that, and we'll appreciate it. But yeah, I really just am in the insane grind right now. I'm just thinking about nothing else besides Burrito Bison. And there is another one of those breakthroughs through the void. I honestly did not think that would happen that time, but I will appreciate the additional missions, especially because we just completed one and we're getting tons of candies right now. So now we finally unlock time travel, which you get upon getting to level 6 of the rift, but we're not going to use it just yet. Basically, if we do click it, we can use our candies to get a ton of different upgrades, which is one of the reasons why candies are so important. But yeah, we'll use it later. We'll get to it in a bit. And I literally mean like a few seconds for you. For me, it might be another hour. Now we're on level 8 of the rift, which you see is actually the max for you still to get this multiplier. So now at this point, I think it is finally time to go ahead, unwrap these candies, and to do some time travel. So for this, I'll increase my money multiplier and rift multiplier. We'll go in time travel, which does lose us some of our recipes, which isn't the best, but you got to do what you got to do when you want to go fast. And you can see we now go back in time, and it gives us a completely new screen once you make it over here. It says back in time. Okay, I guess it's not completely new, but it's kind of new. And we go in, and we're back to regular Burrito Bison, back when our guy was not the strongest in the world. So yeah, we got to play through this again. But even though he's not the strongest in the world, you'll see once we get to the money part of it, that is where our real strength is, because we're going to be able to upgrade so much of this incredibly fast. And it's going to be interesting to see how fast we progress through this game. Oh yeah, we also do get to keep the other characters, which is nice. We don't have to unlock them like normal, but I'm pretty sure we should be able to make it through this wall pretty quickly. And we'll see how fast it will take us to get back to level 8 of the rift multiplier. Since before, it obviously took us 3 hours. Since we're at 3 hours right now, how much time will it take to get back there now that we have all these upgrades? And you see, we already got to the wall. I mean, we didn't get too far into it, but with that amount of money, already 60,000, we're going to spend that on a lot of good stuff, starting with a lot of these guys. But other than that, it's pretty much just regular Burrito Bison, stuff that you've already seen before. So yeah, I'll come back to you once we've gotten a little farther in this game. All right, already through the first wall. I believe this is only our third or fourth launch. So pretty quickly through the first wall, obviously, and hopefully it'll just keep speeding up, especially with that money multiplier. And then the hope is just to get back to the rift fairly quickly. Oh, by the way, we also have the cake explosion power up we can get, but we're not going to get it just yet. Basically, that will allow you to get through the wall even faster, but we're not going to want to get cake explosion until we actually make it over to the rift, because basically what it does is it allows us to use our slams during the wall to give us an extra explosion. So that's pretty good, but we don't want to accidentally use it and then basically lose all of our slams before we want to lose them. So I will wait to upgrade that, at least for now. And yeah, just play fairly regularly, which that is now gonna get us through that door. I guess we've already made it through there once, to be honest. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, you already know the drill. We're just playing. And this time, it looks like it only took us around 35 minutes to get to this point. So that's pretty good. Also, the chili bomb just decides to explode us for a second time. That was just rude. But yeah, pretty much same stuff that happens. Now we got the rift, but obviously just a lot faster this time around. So I'm excited to see how long it will take us to get to level 8 at this point. And right away, literally our very first run of doing the rift, it looks like we won it. So yeah, these upgrades definitely seem worth it. I am not going to lie. I'm hoping this can speed up. I'm still expecting it to take 10 hours, but you know, maybe it could take a little less. Maybe, right? Oh yeah, by the way, here's where we'll start getting the cake explosion, and I can show you what it does after this run. So now that we're over here, we can see as soon as we get far enough, then I can start using these. I used a couple of my slams to just give me extra boosts over, and we didn't really need them that time, but in some situations, that will be so nice just to get you a little bit of extra distance into the wall. And by the way, that was another one that just happened right away. We are cruising through this game right now. So just now, we have unlocked everything that is available in the shop, which is pretty cool. And now we can buff them out. So this will make them extremely powerful. And yeah, it's gonna get even more exciting now. Like just the amount of stuff that we have at this point. Oh my gosh, it's actually insane. And it's only been an hour since we did the restart. And we're almost also to Rift level 8. So yeah, this is going great. Definitely worth it to time travel just because of all the advantages you get. So even though it does suck to lose all your progress, you get it back so fast that it's just so worth it. Oh, also there's Sticky Hand Bill, which is going to be a new guy we can get. And like usual, I'll show him once we actually get him. But before we could get him, that's actually going to be level 8 on the Rift. So that's doing pretty well. There's a lot of missions we still have to complete. Since we're doing this so fast, it's harder to do the missions on time, but we'll get them eventually. I did just lose all my buffed outs though. I'm not exactly sure what just happened with that. Okay, game? I really could not tell you what just happened. It gave me a message, which I only kind of read. I mean, I'll be honest, I've never actually played this far in the game. I prepared myself for this speedrun, just getting the basics down, but obviously doing this as a practice run would have kind of destroyed my mental before actually doing it for the video, so we're kind of just in new territory right now. It's mostly just playing well, though. Oh, and there's going to be Sticky Hand Bill, where we want to jump, grab these keys. That's going to be nice and easy, and then our boy just gives us tons of stuff. Thank you so much, Bill. And yeah, that's going to be some money. I appreciate it. So yeah, pretty good guy to get. You know, pretty much every single upgrade is a good guy to get. I'm not going to lie. Oh, it's every time I make it through a rift, the buffed outness leaves me. I mean, I guess that's fair, but it kind of sucks. Not too much to do about it though. I mean, it's not really like we need to be too buffed out. We'll just keep playing the game. This is probably also good a time as any to do some of the stopwatch mode. So let's focus on getting a couple of those. So how stopwatch mode works is basically what we're trying to do is get as far as possible within 30 seconds. So we'll just keep going. We're trying to get as many power-ups and just trying to keep as much speed as possible to get fast. And to fully complete stopwatch mode, I believe we need to get to level 6 of it, which is really important. And then we can see that because we did so well, we got some candies, which is nice. So yeah, we can just continue doing this stopwatch mode, doing 30 seconds at a time. It's going to give us a lot of candy, which will be nice next time we need to prestige. And we need to do it anyways because we need to get to, I believe, level 6 of stopwatch mode. So that's going to be the plan. You see, we're making it past the last place we were at, which is pretty good. And then we keep on going until the stopwatch stops us as soon as I got that guy too. That's just sad. But that is going to be another 2 candies. Stopwatch mode level 2 now. I'm actually not sure if we do need to get farther than we did last time. That will be interesting because you do see, oh my gosh, we just died in the ground, but it kept us going. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what's happening with that. I guess we still want to beat our mode. Oh, we're racing against the clock. It's really trying to stop us. And okay, that was just weird. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie. I guess that's a way to finesse stopwatch mode. I don't know, but it will give us more levels, which is good. Then anytime we get one of the powers and we actually do them right, it will give us extra time on our stopwatch, like an extra 10 seconds for each of them. So that's how we actually keep getting better times with it. Just reached stopwatch level 4, so we got gummy booster, which makes the gummies run faster. So yeah, of course we're gonna take that. Might as well buff it out too. We have the money, and this should definitely be some help to us, just making sure that they can actually match our now insane speed. So yeah, I'm not going to complain about that, but we still got a little bit more of this grinding to do. All right, so this should finally be level 6. There we go. So now we get John Cena, get it? Which is our last one of these boss guys, and he's already max level. And this dude is tiny. I don't even know how to crit him. Did I even hit that guy? I don't think so. How are you supposed to do this one? Just, there we go. Okay, so any hit is a crit. That is interesting. So that's who we get to play with now, which is fun. But that is all we have to do for stopwatch, so we can go back to just grinding out the rift. I believe what we're trying to get to right now is level 20. And we're at 10 right now, so about 10 more. Which, by the way, during that entire stopwatch section, I got a lot of pinatas. So I have a lot of these chili bombs, and we're going to use those to our advantage and hopefully get to level 20 pretty quickly. Oh, also now I have to remember to actually go for missions again. You don't really have to in stopwatch, or I guess you can't really because you're not alive for that long. So we'll try to focus on those here and there. And very first one looks like it is going to be a success. So yeah, we're just going to continue this on. This feels good. And with that recipe piece, we can also finally get swap a Launcha, which is very good. Did not mean to turn that off, but that is awesome because now we can choose which of these guys we want. And we're probably going to keep with Pineapple Spank. Pineapple Spank is just very good because you can auto aim for people. And I think this is probably going to be our strategy going forward. Though I do like switching around with who I'm choosing. It's just so easy when you're playing this character, especially with this amount of slams that we have. We don't even have to worry. We can just use a slam, hope that we hit something. And even if we don't, we have plenty more to get. And a lot of the times with all of our upgrades, we're going to get something. We're going to be able to continue on. We can get something like that. I don't even have to worry about playing that well. And yeah, we're just gaming. And this is perfect for being 5 hours in because my brain only kind of works right now. So a character where I don't have to think that hard, that is probably the perfect way to go. And that is already another void level. Yeah, I think we're getting through these next few pretty quickly. It is annoying though having to upgrade these over and over again, but hey, it is what it is. So I actually am thinking right here because it is getting a lot more difficult. What we're gonna do at this point is go and do some time travel. That way we can get some buffed out plus. Then we'll also increase our rift multiplier and a bit more on our money multiplier as well. I mean, we should be able to get back to this point pretty quickly, and the buffed out plus is gonna help a lot. So we are gonna lose 2 of those pages. It's probably for the best right now though. At the very least, this should be pretty quick what we're gonna do to these people. So we'll start out with a regular one. I just want to see how much money we get on this very first one. Our starting multiplier is even crazier, and yeah, this is gonna be fun. But I'll see you when we're back. Oh, I'm also not sure when we got this, but we do have aerodynamics now. I really don't know when that happened, but it's a thing. That will be nice though, because especially for a lot of this, we're gonna be going over max speed, and that'll basically stop us from going too much. So we're now back at this point, and I think best thing to do during these sections is get some pickpocket, get some luck, and then we'll focus on the speed stuff, especially because we're just not always going to be able to beat these guys right away. So pickpocket will be nice, get us some money, and even if we don't use it this time, we'll be able to use it on the next time. So I do like pickpocket. I do like some luck, so we hopefully get some more stuff. And by the way, I am using Burrito Bison right now, trying to get some of these missions I have, which have been very difficult. But yeah, it's just the same old grind, and I am also over 6 hours in. Oh my gosh, almost 6.5. One day I'll be done. One day. So I was trying to go for buffed out ready so we didn't lose any of our upgrades, but it looks like that might be a little too difficult because it's getting harder and harder. So instead, we're going to get a great Gumsby and a step back because the walls in this game are getting absolutely insane, as you see by this clip. But that does mean we have some candies that we can spend as well. Rift multiplier, I feel like for right now, it is fine. So we're just going to worry about getting a bit more buffed up and also a bit more of our money multiplier. So let's go 15, 16. And I think that's pretty good for right now. And time to go back in time yet again. It hurts, but hey, we do have some cool new power-ups that we're going to get to use. Like first, we're now going to be a little bit more zoomed out as we play this game, which is going to be very nice. It's a small change, but you're going to be able to see so much more on the screen, especially once we start getting faster. So I think it is worth it. And then we also have a new guy that we can sometimes get. I'll let you know when we do. But yeah, just time for this regular grind again. We've been here before. I do have to say though, I do like this being more zoomed out. It is such a nice change to have just a little bit more space to look after looking at this game for the past 8 hours. Actually, I also made the decision to really quickly decrease our rift multiplier and put more into money and buffed out. That way we'll just be faster on getting there. And even if we can't keep increasing our rift multiplier, we can still keep going through rifts. So yeah, I do think at the end of the day, this will be worth it. But now our goal is to make it to rift 40. And that is one nice starting multiplier we have. I will appreciate it. And it's only going to go even more up as we get things like pickpocket. Oh, and we finally got the great Gumsby. So now we want to find the right hat out of all of these. We're going to go with this one, and it gave us not exactly what we wanted, but it can give you better stuff. That was actually the first time I saw him. I forgot he even existed. I'm not going to lie. Hey, one of these times we'll actually get the right hat. probably. You know, I do realize that I said this before, but just to reiterate, it is so nice to have this extended view. This game becomes so much more playable when you can actually see what's around you and play for it. I did not expect this to be this overpowered, but I am loving it right now. I should have gotten this sooner. It's okay, though. I'm still on my grind. That's all that matters. 8 hours and 30 minutes out of my life. It's okay. It's for content. Really what I think it is you could just play more of an informed game. Like, I can see right there, oh, that's where the cache was. I can keep looking around, oh, there's a key right there. Maybe I would have missed it. I saw there was a honey thing. There was also the hand guy. I missed both of those. But if I wasn't in the key thing, I would have been able to figure that out. So that's why I think really it is nice to have this wider view. Oh, also yet again, of course, my chili guy. Why do you have to do this to me, man? But good to know. Wider view, probably the next best thing to get after choosing your launchador, because choosing your launchador, it's just so good on its own. But after that, definitely I would recommend going and getting the extended view. It just makes it so good. Oh, and here we have one of these. Can I actually get it correct this time? It was top, and we get a table. So sometimes I assume you can get better things than a table. Like maybe we're going to be able to get a chili or something out of that. And also I realized on another time that I have it, if you can pay attention, it actually shows you which hat it's going to be and then like mixes them up. The time that worked, I then hit a wall, so I didn't actually get to play. But yeah, pretty interesting thing. I mean, it can give you some money. It can give you a little bit of extra stuff, but not the greatest thing in the world. I'll definitely take it. I'm not going to complain. Okay, here. Now I can see which one it's going to be. I know it's the bottom one because I was actually paying attention, and we get one of those tacos along with some bombs. That was actually super good. So that's how you're supposed to play it. Now we know. If I can keep playing it while I'm dying on the inside for how long I've been playing this game, we'll try our best. We're trying our best. And this right here, I believe is going to be the last time that I have to buy any of these regular upgrades. Okay, we're not just there just yet. We still got this guy, but after that, we're almost there. That's super cool. Basically, because our next recipe power-up is going to make sure that we never lose any of our power-ups after we time travel. Well, at least not counting the buffed up ones, but we will get another power-up for that soon. But for right now, I'm just focusing on getting to 40 recipes, and then we're actually going to be able to do that. And that is going to feel so good to not have to grind through the early game anymore. We truly are making it to the end. It's just taken a very, very long time. Okay, so we are now 10 hours in. That is absolutely insane. My strategy right now is basically buy a lot of these pickpockets. That way we make some money. We get a lot of luck. We get some cake eater, and then we also get some speed. And yeah, that's pretty much what we try to go with. And then we don't have enough money to fully buff out everything we need. So we will have to do this run. That's really where the pickpocket comes in handy, because this run is going to give us a lot of money. We're not going to win on this run, obviously. We just don't have the amount of speed that we're going to need, or pretty much anything that we're going to need, but it's still a pretty good run. So now we went through one run like that. We're going to get a ton of money. Now we can buy some other things we need. We'll get some elastic cables upgrades, some more speedometer. And just with those two things, now you'll see that our start is so much better. We're already up to 500. And then hopefully we just get the power-ups with our luck that we need. And okay, that was pretty terrible, but as long as we keep getting power-ups, we can keep getting more and more speed ups. So that is pretty much all we're going for the rest of this run. Just keep grinding that out until finally we have 40 recipes and we can get our next time travel. But one thing about long speedruns is a lot of times the speedrunning community decides that if it's a speedrun that's longer than like 10 hours, they allow you to have a break. This is so people don't just die. And as the only person who is probably ever going to do this speedrun, I'm gonna allow myself a break for this run. I physically do not feel the best right now, so I'm thinking a nice little sleep will be helpful after this run, and then we'll actually finish it out tomorrow. Hopefully this won't take me a full 24 hours. I was expecting this to take long, but I didn't know how my brain would feel, and it's not doing the best. But before that, I do want to get past this next part. So what I'm gonna do is also buy some stuff that will help me break through the wall, get a little bit more speed on these things. That's probably going to be good. We end up spending a lot of money on all this stuff, but it really is all important. You really do need all these upgrades because they just make this game so ridiculously hard as you go faster. I mean, it makes sense. They want you to play this game for as long as possible, so you hopefully watch more ads. But yeah, for speedrunning's sake, this is definitely an idea. Oh, by the way, something that I used to learn this run, by the way, which I should mention, is this guide on Reddit I found, which was made 7 years ago ago, but all its information is still amazing, and the creator of it still responds to people. So shout out to them. I will leave it in the description. It is very nice if you want to learn how to play this game correctly. And there is going to be our next part of the rift. I will appreciate that. 25 recipes, 15 more to go, but that's something for me of tomorrow to worry about. It's been about 9 hours, and now it is time to get back on the grind. Right away, we get to start out with a couple of power pinatas, which is going to be nice. You know, I'll take them. But all right, level 40, let's do it. Well, at least for me. I'll see you when this is done. So we have finally gotten recipe number 40. Oh my gosh. It's been so long. Yeah, another like hour and 40 minutes of playing just to get over here, but this is going to be incredibly nice because now we can get buffed out ready, which means after time traveling, we start with all of our upgrades maxed out. And then along with that, what I'm going to do is unwrap these candies, and I think we get rid of the rift multiplier because we don't really need it. I feel like we have more than enough candy to do what we need, so let's get buffed out to 25, and then let's get our money multiplier to 25.5, and this might be kind of risky because we won't have any rift multiplier, but I think this is the way that we should go about it. I just don't think it's worth it to go for candies anymore, especially because our next upgrade that we need is only 60, so it shouldn't be that bad, especially with our buffed out. And now it will be fun to see just how, oh my gosh, we are so fast, and everything else is upgraded too. I was kind of not expecting that. So let's see versus this guy. Do we just make it to the end right away? Oh, look how fast we're going, and we just destroy through that wall. Will it even be a challenge for us? That's my only question. So we got our boy. I probably should have switched characters, but I mean, this one will work too. And we got one of these hats. I've gotten really good at these, just knowing where we need to go. It's gonna be that one. We get a couple bombs, then get to slam back towards the ground. It just feels so good to not have to go back to base level over and over again. And now it's also gonna be nice not having to worry about doing any of the missions, because those were always something that was at least at the back of your mind, like, oh, I do gotta do those. But we can just focus on getting money as fast as possible and getting better as fast as possible. So with this guy, we make it through that wall with ease. I do not think this last wall is going to be a problem at all. Oh, this is such a nice upgrade to finally get. It's been so long since we've been working on it. We're almost 12 hours in this run now, but hey, it is worth it, especially because now this should be the last wall. We should have more than enough speed to make it through that. And this guy probably was not expecting to see me this fast, but it doesn't matter. How you doing, man? So that's going to be number one. Feels good. We get tons of missions. We're not going to do them. We also do have these power pinatas, so might as well use them. Then we can get some chili bombs and hopefully take care of him even quicker. But my next grind is to get buffed out infinity, which is 60 recipe pieces. I upgraded my bodybuilding, so I'm kind of expecting to just defeat this dude with my chili bomb. Oh my gosh, we are going so fast. And yeah, that did way too much damage. I probably didn't even need to upgrade that, but super quick. How many times are we gonna see this man? He keeps thinking he won. It literally took us 2 tries at this point, man. You are not good at your job. And of course, the rift as well is gonna be an auto win, so hopefully we're gonna get through this next part fast. So we just made it to the first time in this session where we didn't break through the wall our first try. 16 recipe pieces in, so I can't really complain too much. We will have to start paying for this stuff though. So sad. Finally, we got our 60 recipe pieces, and that means we can get buffed out infinity, which is going to make sure that our buffed out plus upgrades don't get removed after completing a rift. And our next goal will be the camera stabilizer. But I don't know if these persist through time traveling. I'm still going to buy these anyways, just in case. We'll get some pickpocket for money. We'll get some luck. I like elastic cables for a better start, and some aerodynamics so we don't lose speed if we go over our maximum. And then I'm thinking we get rid of a little bit of our money multiplier just to make sure we can have enough on our buffed out, and with time travel, we'll see what happens. And yeah, we don't keep our buffed out, which is fine. And time to grind to rift 75. Finally got recipe piece 75, which means we can get camera stabilizer, which is so nice. And that means we're gonna time travel again. I don't know, I guess just money multiplier for those. And because we have camera stabilizer, I can finally actually show you gameplay again. Now for this section, I really like focus on getting more pickpockets, just because that's gonna give us money faster. So yeah, at the beginning, that's where most of our money is gonna go through, especially because for these first few rifts, they're not too hard. We can pretty easily beat them without any help. And right now, it's pretty normal gameplay, but it gets insane very quickly. As you'll see, we make it through the wall extremely easily. That's going to be rift number 1. So more money, I'll buy some of that. I might as well get a couple more things we like luck, because what luck does, of course, is give us more special gummies, and those are important for just maintaining our speed because we only have so many slams, so more special gummies means that, hey, I don't have to slam for now to actually keep my speed going, and yeah, we're good to go. Then for this next one, I'm also going to get some elastic cables and some aerodynamics. Elastic cables give you a better launch so you go faster right from the start, and aerodynamics reduce your speed loss when going over maximum speed. And we are going to completely go for an aerodynamics build because with the level of aerodynamics we can get, you can basically make it so that you're always over max speed and you're barely losing any of it, and it gets insane. But yeah, those things will also speed up these next few. And now I also like to get a couple more rocket slams just for safety. Obviously, the more times we can rocket slam, the better, because in these early rifts, it's very easy to just run out of them if you're not careful. And yeah, we don't want that to happen, but let me just mention again how nice it is to not lose your power-ups as we're going through these rifts. It feels so good to just be able to keep building on what we already have, instead of just losing it all every time and having to build it back up, especially once you get to the later rifts. Like for this last upgrade where we had to get to rift 75 for 75 recipe pieces, I did not need to do a second run once. It was always the first time which we got it, and I'm pretty sure that's going to happen for the rest of this run. No more grinding runs, it's just complete gameplay, and I love this power-up so much. It makes this game so much better. Honestly, I really wish that wasn't an upgrade you had to get and they would just let you keep your buffed out power-ups between rifts. I feel like that would have been a lot more fun, but I'm also saying that as a guy who's played this for 18 hours. So yeah, maybe I'm not the best to judge that. Maybe it's fun when you're just going through it randomly. I just think it's way more fun this way. Now we have pickpocket maxed out, so our next main priority will be aerodynamics while just getting other upgrades as I feel like we need them. Like for this previous run, I ran out of slams, so I decided to get a couple more slams with that upgrade. And yeah, we'll just choose as we need to go, but mainly focus on just getting more aerodynamics because of course that's going to get us the most speed as fast as possible. But like here you can see for this wall, we're still going pretty fast through it, but we are slowing down a bit. So maybe I'll get our other two things we need, which are Cake Eater and Joy Destroyer. We'll also get some more elastic cables for the start before getting aerodynamics. And yeah, just mainly focus on aerodynamics, but anytime we need something else, we can get it as well. By the way, Cake Eater and Joy Destroyer are obviously just the power-ups which help you at the end when you're trying to get through the final door, so it is nice to max those out as much as possible. Now at this point, I think it's worthwhile to get some elastic cables along with our aerodynamics. And after this launch, you can see we are now going 1,775, even more now after that slam. So yeah, we're definitely increasing our speed a bit. This, by the way, is why I wanted to get camera stabilizer before I showed you gameplay, because if we were going this speed before I got that power up, the whole screen is just constantly shaking. It's really annoying. But yeah, from here, I'm just gonna keep on upgrading as I need them, and I'll return once we have our full upgrades done. By the way, you might be wondering how the rift gets harder each time we go through it, and there's a couple things for that. First off, every rift we travel through is going to be longer, and then the cake door is also going to get much harder to get through, as you've seen with how much it stops us if we don't have that Cake Eater power up. So just being able to have these permanent upgrades is so good for the run. It's actually insane. Oh, and one thing I should also mention during this grind is my power actually went out when we were around 17 hours, 30 minutes in. I wasn't able to mention it then because I wanted to wait till we had the camera stabilizer. But yeah, this is technically now 3 videos over 3 days because, yeah, unlucky power out. So I guess you're allowed 2 breaks for this run. I mean, it makes sense. It's such a long one. It's not fun though because I really wish I could have finished this run yesterday. Just got it out of my mind. But hey, we only have like 2 hours left, I think, so we should be good. Sub 20 hour might be possible. That's my goal. So finally, after 35 rifts, we have unlocked fully everything that we need to be unlocked. And you can see by this gameplay, this is absolutely insane once you have all this stuff because we are going incredibly fast. We lose pretty much none of our speed. We have unlimited slams. You never have to worry about running out of slams at this point because, yeah, I don't even think we could if we try. If I spam slams, I'm not going to lose that many. It is actually insane. But you might be thinking, doesn't it kind of make sense to get the other upgrades anyways? But no, not really, to be honest. These are all the things we need to go fast. and the other ones are kind of just useless. And that's because most of the other upgrades are really useful when you're playing this game normally, but when you're overpowered like we are, they don't really do anything. Like there's one that makes you keep more speed when you hit any of the cops, and we don't have to worry about that because we're always going to slam on the ground. Similarly, there's some where you keep more speed when you hit the ground. Obviously don't need that. There's things like bodybuilding which make you beat bosses stronger, but that doesn't really affect us because we don't need the coins from them anymore. And for top speed, I actually thought that that might have been useful in my previous run, so I tried upgrading it, but it didn't make us go any faster because aerodynamics is just so good. So yeah, it's kind of funny because literally at this point, we're just going to keep getting more and more money, but just having nothing to spend it on. It's not even worth it to worry about what to spend it on because that's more time loss. I think the nicest thing is just having unlimited slams, because especially when we went through the rifts in the past, slams became a real big issue because you didn't want to waste your money on upgrading them over and over again. So you just hope you got lucky with slams, and a lot of times that wouldn't happen. But now we can just play like this. We do not have to worry at all. I also did not realize just how nice the camera stabilizer would be until I got it. It was so annoying going at these speeds and just having your camera go all over the place. But now we can just play the game, and I love it so much. They shouldn't have locked that behind something you have to unlock. It should have just been like an option. I think there are a couple things in this game that are like that, but hey, overall, still a great free game. Also, you can start to see with how long these levels are getting why it makes sense to time travel pretty often, because even though you do have to go through the time travel animation and we'll have to work up our stats again, it's going to take a lot less time than grinding out these later levels. The only reason we're still in this one is because we have to get to Rift 50. That way we can get our next upgrade, which is going to be the most expensive one we have left. But for most runs, I'm probably going to stop before 40. So finally, we got 50 recipes and we can get the gummy bag, which this is really nice because it allows you to go right to the Rift right after time traveling. So that's going to save us a little bit of time as long as we can actually play this well. All we got to do is grind out this entire thing. Hopefully we get some good gummies that we can land on, especially because we don't have the same amount of slams we normally do, but seems like we got it pretty well. And that's our first one done. Time to grind up to 25 of them. Decide to make it to Rift 31. That way we can buy the Huevos Rancheros Express. We also get Cookinator, who's jealous of our cooking skills, for buying the guacamole and some slightly sweet salsa, which here you go. If you do want any of these recipes, check them out. I mean, it's pretty cool they put this in the game. But now we're going to time travel again, obviously. Oh, here's also our first chef guy, and we're trying to eat his tomatoes. So, or not eat his tomatoes. Okay, I actually wasn't sure what we were trying to do there. Okay, so what we actually want to do here is eat these tomatoes as soon as they get to our mouth, which is very hard to do. But hey, pretty cool guy to add into the game. I'm just not the best at him. Come on, let me get a better one of these. My gosh, this is hard. Okay, wow, that is like a rhythm game, but I got 7 right there, which means we get a money bag. Okay, I actually really like that one. And now with 15 recipes, we unlock the simple sopa, and we get our new launchador, La Bestia, which, by the way, here is this if you want to see that. And now we can really start having fun because we can switch over to our new character, and this character is insane. So they have the powers of all 3 other launchadors at the same time. So obviously we can glide if we want to. We have the slam down, and we also have the thing that regular Burrito Bison has, where if we hit the ground and we don't slam, we still do have invulnerability. So overall, best character by far. Just sucks that they're so expensive to unlock. I definitely feel like this character should have been auto unlocked once you reach like Rift 20 or something, because that would make more sense than having to spend 45, or I think it was like 45 around there, recipes just on this character. I mean, they're very good, obviously, but I mean, not much we can do with them in this late game stuff. Still, we will be using them to finish out this run. Oh my gosh, look at this character with their goggles on. Oh, it's so adorable. I haven't gotten to see all the different animations, and that was amazing. Then there's this one, closing. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, little buddy. I'm so sorry. We crashed. Honestly, it just feels good to be playing a different character for once. It's just nice. Just the small differences. Look at the little hat. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is giving me all the strength I need to finally finish this run, hopefully. And with 6 more recipes, we can get these rainbow gummies, which I'm actually not sure what this does. So we will see. Some things look the same. Maybe we're just going too fast to really notice. It looks looks like they keep switching colors. Oh yeah, that is definitely what they're doing. So they're being all different colors of the rainbow. I like that, you know, a fun new addition. But definitely one of these that's worth to get as one of your final things because it doesn't really help you in any way. I gotta admit though, it really is helping with my mental. Just seeing all these guys shine their rainbow colors, even though we only see it for a little bit because we're going so fast. It's just fun. It's just a fun thing. You gotta take the small victories when you're doing a 20-hour speed run. And now when we have 6 more recipes, we'll get let's see what's on the other side before doing our final time travel, which this one is definitely a thing because now we're going backwards and this just feels so wrong, but we're gonna do one run with it because might as well. So yeah, we'll see. Oh my gosh, this feels awful. I do not like this at all, but it is fun. You know, we get to see the glowing rainbow guys a little bit better, but oh, I don't even know what I'm playing. After playing 20 hours of a game one way, you just can't go to the other. It just does not work. Yeah, we did win it, so that's cool. But we're definitely going to be turning that off. And we only have to get 16 recipes for our final thing we have to unlock until the 100% speedrun is done. We are almost there. Oh my gosh, this has been going on for a while. At least I got my little cute guy. I got my rainbow gummies. You know, everything is working out in this world. At least we could say that. At low speeds, this is also such a fun way to play the game, by the way. Just being able to do the glide into the slam down, get to auto aim, hopefully to something good. But even if you don't get the good thing, you're still having a good time. I love using this character. I really wish we got them earlier. But of course, the other things were more valuable, so they had to wait. And now we are officially on our final one of these launches, you know, provided I don't make 20 million mistakes. I don't even know if I could mess this up if I was trying with how much speed we have. We're over 2,000. I mean, we're probably just good. This feels amazing, but kind of bittersweet. I really did enjoy playing this game, and I'm a little sad it's going to be done, but also not really. I am so tired. So that's going to be our final recipe piece, and we have to wait through all this. This stuff, I wonder how many times I've wasted looking at this screen as they give me different missions I don't need. But finally, boom, that is going to be it. And that is going to be time, which is a sub 20 hour. That feels so good. We got every single thing in the question mark shop. Every single upgrade is good to go. And yeah, other than endlessly playing this game, we've 100%ed it. Might as well see what distancing does really quick though. Obviously, this isn't part of the speedrun. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to see distancing game. I don't even know how we got that far, but it just looks like, yeah, there are less gummies, which doesn't really matter for us, but they make us more money. So interesting stuff. We're not going to really look into it much because that is going to be a world record, as I'm the only person who has ever done this run and probably ever will. All right, subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye.